What's the deal? What's the deal, people? Hope all are doing well and you're having a blessed day, afternoon, or evening whenever you come across this video. So I'm up real quick. I'm not even gonna finish my intro because my sleep was disturbed by nasty people trying to do shit while I'm in my sleep. So thank you for your nasty, stupid ass energy. I'm gonna manifest off that shit. Okay? And the more you do your nasty shit, you're gonna catch gangrene on your genitals. You're gonna catch bumps, warts, lesions, pussy shit. You're gonna be in pain. Your genitals are gonna be in pain because you're gonna get some nasty ass motherfucking STI that you cannot get rid of. Your shit is gonna be fucking burning. You talk about burning, you gonna be burning so bad you won't even be able to walk. That's how bad your shit gonna be burning. Since you wanna do nasty shit in my name, so let me cleanse these parts real quick so I can tap into see who's sending me this nasty shit. I didn't brush my teeth. I didn't even wipe my face. I used the bathroom and came wash my hands and came to do these motherfucking cards. The late night live exposed the karmic couple downstairs neighbor in my building. Let's see who we're gonna expose this morning. Oh, and as soon as I walked out of my room to go to the bathroom, the upstairs neighbors followed me right into the bathroom. Try to do it quietly. Like if I don't hear them. So, definitely know the upstairs neighbors was up to something. If they come out, they come out. There they go. As soon as I say their name, on cue. Like clockwork. That was it. So collective, like I said, somebody out here was doing some sex magic right before I got on this camera. And the reason why I know they was doing sex magic on me is because I was holding my private parts. The reason why I know they was doing sex magic on me because I wanted to play with myself. That's why. And I don't play with myself. This video is not for adults. Definitely not for adults. But somebody was doing sex magic on me. They doing it. Just now. And if I got up off the bed and my upstairs they were following me, maybe they were the ones doing it. So let's find out who was doing sex magic on me, collective. Let's clear the energy. I'm going to give this a couple of shuffles to pick up the energy. I want to know who has been doing astral, who has been astrally raping me, because that's what they're doing. Spiritual rapists look nervous because they're unable to escape karma, because they couldn't dim my light. They going out sad. You're going to get some pre-messages as I shuffle. They going out sad, collective. Pure entertainment. They thought something was pure entertainment. And now they toxic. Toxic entertainment. They like toxic entertainment. Sex magic. They get it casted out. Because they're not coming correct in my energy. They're having an undesired outcome. They better saddle up because it's about to get bumpy for them. Because I am unbothered, unfazed, and uninterested in what they're doing. A karmic man that's going to get raided. A karmic man that's going to get raided. They thought they could make me vulnerable. But now the cat's out the bag and the genie's about to be put back in its bottle. I just saw fairy magic in the reverse. Freedom. I'm free. Animals are going missing in my area. Animal sacrifice. They sacrificing animals in my area. I just heard... Ew. Ew. I just heard... bestiality. I just said animals are going missing, animal sacrifice. And then I heard bestiality. That's nasty. You're nasty. For all those that don't know what bestiality is, the crown chakra attack, they're attacking my crown. They being devoured. They don't got no goals. If they don't confess, their life will be a mess and they stressed. This is somebody that's by day one way, by night another, so they pretending to be something that they're not. And the signs can no longer be ignored. They're trying to bind me to their karma. Because they trapped like a labyrinth with no way out. They forming weapons. They doing this for a social status. They shall perish. Somebody has an underlying illness. They're sick. What's up, troll? A karmic family? You out here doing sex magic on me? Oh, you back? You and your mans? You and your karmic couple out here doing sex magic and I picked up on your shit? I hope you know you're about to get gangrene on your shit. Your plans fail, bitch. The message plans fail came right out so that you could fucking see it. Exactly. Go run. Upstairs neighbor. Lord have mercy. So this is who has been doing sex magic. A karmic man, the upstairs neighbor. Bam. I said I was trying to find out who was doing sex magic on me. I told you, if you're in my energy, you're going to come out. The upstairs neighbors is the one that was doing sex magic on me. And they going outside. They need to vacate the premises. This person is lonely. My upstairs neighbor is lonely. They trying to change plans, but they're getting exposed. They in the panic room because I have high potential and they underestimated me. And they in denial. that they're about to meet the coroner, that God is about to bring the wrath on that ass, that they tangled up in this situation for doing alchemy on me. For a fucking social status. But their plans failed with these crimes that they were committing. They were out here twisting stories, being evil. The upstairs neighbor was the one that was lying, saying that I pay for play. He's the one that sells his ass. He was saying that I pay for play because he wanted to come up. Siphon untamed energy. Now they can't handle the backlash. They can't handle the heat. Their guilty pleasures are in the reverse. Their magic is rendered powerless. Blood magic, they were doing blood magic in the reverse. Public embarrassment. Yeah, they're going to be publicly embarrassed. Yes, they are. Crazy energy vampires that was trying to contain my gifts, doing chakra attacks, and now they can't think straight. A karmic couple. A bunch of professional idiots. They tried to set me up for money fraud. Yeah, they have a fraudulent. They tried to set me up for money fraud. So they was out here. They created a fake business using my name. And the devilish deeds will bring them karma. Look, federal law right behind that. Somebody's breath stank from all the lies that they told. They can't sweet talk the devil no more. They was trying to make me a third-degree victim. And they got themselves entrapped. Because I have blind faith. And this is somebody that wanted to be the one. You got next door neighbor coming out. An old school friend. They learning karmic lessons. They going to prison for this mental manipulation. An old school friend. Next door neighbor. So I have an old school friend that was a next door neighbor. So the only old school friend that was my next door neighbor. I haven't lived in many buildings. I grew up in a building. Right? So the building that I grew up in will be an old school friend. Then when I was pregnant, I lived in a building. But I didn't have a next door neighbor friend. There was nobody in the building that I lived in that lived next to me that was a friend. There were like two. There was a person in the building that I was cool with that was a friend, but it wasn't a next door neighbor. And none of these people that I live next to here are old school friend. Well, they're not an old school friend to me, but they are an old school friend to the person that I am connected to. So, it's saying next door neighbor, old school friend. I was never friends with my next door neighbors here. Not like that. And unless it's saying that this is the upstairs neighbor's next door neighbor that they doing this with. But it's saying upstairs neighbors, old school friend, next door neighbor. They could be talking about this next door neighbor. Because I think something happened yesterday. Because they was out here talking shit about me. They was definitely talking shit about me yesterday. Look, they were doing womb magic, sex magic, womb magic. Because they're running out of money. They in childhood energy. They in a black cloud. A karmic woman and a karmic man out here. They were in a competition with me doing the Hunger Games. Trying to take me out. But divine authority stepped in. Now there's rumors going around. And now they in the trap house. Because they're getting beat up by their own energy for being a bunch of non-believers in me. They were trying to shut me up and they failed. I said that last night. That's not going to happen. Freedom, bitch. I'm free. Look, more sex magic shit. Indecent proposal. A fire starter is the fire starter. They're starting problems. The accuser is always the accusing. They're accusing me of shit, but they're really the ones doing it. Yeah, look, the lies are unfolding. They locked up behind bars, or they're gonna get locked up behind bars, and they lost all their power. Uh-oh. They have resentment. You're mad that you didn't come correct in my energy. You getting exposed for being a hoe. You rebelling and challenging authority. And you're going to owe me money, restitution. You owe me money. Because you a false prophet. And you're disloyal. And you're insecure. You got to pay up, bitch. I told you were going to be my cash cow. This is talking about my upstairs neighbor. You were trying to have me replaced. You can't replace me. You're an idiot. You have an underlying illness. And again, by day one way, by night another. You have no goals. Attacking my crown. There's about to be an execution. You couldn't dim my light. Now you want to fight? You being devoured? If you don't confess, your life will be a mess. You stressed out? Because the past is catching up to you? You're going to perish in the work community, online community, an ex-friend that no longer serve a purpose. They losing their power and the position. They being demoted because they wanted to join the hate crowd. This person was sleeping with the higher-ups. And they went in childlike behavior. They need to act their age. They thought they had a reason to attack me. Plausible cause. Now somebody got breathing problems because whatever they're doing is getting rejected. Because I'm a chosen one the world is calling for. Somebody could be on the run. They're a bunch of addicts. They being looked into. They were told to leave me alone and they didn't. In one ear, out the other. This person is cold-hearted. They were in cocky energy. They did something overboard. Now somebody's swampy smell. They have a swampy smell. They did something for opportunities. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And the tables have turned. Now their prayers are falling on deaf ears because they're karmic. This was a risky move. They have some type of court. So they got court issues. For scheming. Remote viewing me. They getting bad news. They were out here playing with my devices to cause interference. And now they're going Looney Tunes. Confirmation car honk. Now they're in their feelings. Because people lost all respect for them. Because they were so desperate to win. That they decided to set me up. And they were doing some nasty shit. And they got themselves in too deep. And the signs can no longer be ignored. That the illusion is on them and they're clueless. Yeah, that they were being used to cause havoc. This birds of a feather that flock together. And look, let sleeping dogs lay. They doomed. They all took an oath to do this. Now the rats is running. They undivine masculine and feminine energy that are unable to escape this karma. If you want to be somebody, and if you want to go somewhere, you got to wake up and pay attention. They did not pay attention that I possess divine magic. Someone from my past home and work community is connected. I did say that. They were all up in my business, being nosy, murder for hire. So somebody from my past work or home community were all up in my business, being nosy, and they're the ones that did this murder for hire. Now somebody's about to get their hands put on them, and somebody's going to need medication. They got mental issues because they were in messy energy. Evidence was found. Evidence was found. This is somebody that's related to me by marriage. A dingbat energy was trying to create date and time gaps. A dysfunctional family. They were trying to bind me to their karma. Now now tragic endings is happening because they had me in some type of communal trial or experimental study that involves an entire community or part of an organization. And they did this for money, materialistic. They were doing root work to me, trying to blind me. Now they're lacking common sense because nobody wants to hear what they got to say anymore. They had a lot of unwanted opinions about me. An uncle related. I'm a spiritual OG, and this person is a fraud. Yeah, now they're out here playing victim because they committed some tax fraud and they're getting caught. They just been checkmate. Checkmate, bitch. They can have PTSD. Yeah, I'm true and faithful, collective. They not. Fail to realize I'm not the one to play with. Now they in remorse. Because they in a false marriage. And they don't like that I'm at peace. And I'm unbothered. This shallow Hal got no more pals, no company. They being manipulative because they being manipulative. Ooh. Failed mission. Now they trying to search for information. How to control a situation. They nervous. Because another indictment charge is piling up. Somebody was trying to keep me trapped like Rapunzel. But the cat's out of the bag and Genie about to put back in the bottle because they did not come correct in my energy. Ooh. They really? Ooh, okay. Federal case. Oh, wow. That's what just fell. Hold on. Let me put this down. Federal case. Combat mode war. So for them being in war with me, they caught themselves a federal case. Death becomes them. These copy, paste, and post trolls. Collective, I'm not plucky no more. This is a false prophet that lost their power. Upstairs neighbor came out. Next door neighbor came out. Karmic man, karmic woman. Uncle says related. Past work community, ex-friend, old school friend. So my past home community, my current home community, my past work and home community. My past and my present work and home community. There was some type of settlement deadline. They had to get something done by a certain time. They had to get something done by a certain time and you still fail, bitch. Your sex magic don't work on me, ho. None of your shit works. Not no sex magic, not no candle magic, not no chanting, not no voodoo doll. Nothing that you do works anymore. Maybe before it used to work, but not anymore. So just give it up. Okay, you're lacking common sense, and you're about to have a tragic ending is about to happen for you. So I mean, you want to send me your energy? I'll take your energy. I'll take my enemy's energy. The negativity that they send to me. Transmute it. What the fuck is transmuted? Somebody's trying to get me twisted in my words. I take my enemy's energy. The negativity they send to me. Transmute it into positivity that I can use for me. Every hex, every curse, every spell that you send in any way, shape, or form will only increase my wealth in a positive way. You didn't want me to... Every hex, every curse, every spell will only increase my health, my wealth, and my abundance, and will put your life to a fucking end. You trying to mess up my video because you're mad? You're losing? You being exposed again, over and over again? You cannot contain my gifts. You cannot take my gifts. You cannot block my gift, bitch. You're going to keep getting exposed every time you come in my energy. Downstairs neighbor last night, upstairs neighbor today, everybody getting exposed. All these neighbor hoes are going to get exposed. You keep saying my name out your mouth, you're going to get exposed. You keep coming for me, you're going to get exposed. It don't matter if you from the past or the present home community. Bitch, you're going to get exposed. So if you like to get exposed, by all means, continue being my energy. I don't give a shit. You a dingbat energy. And you're in your feelings. And you out here desperate to win. You caught yourself a federal case. You have a federal case. You're not going to jail. You're going to prison, my nigga bitches. And you are never, ever going to see the light of day ever again. So enjoy the time the freedom that you do have right now. And if you enjoying your freedom, sending me spell work, that don't sound too fun. Because it's not going to work out in your way. There's about to be an execution. Because you continue to do something overboard. You want to continue to be cold-hearted? That's fine. But now the tables have turned on you. You wanted to join the hate crowd. Now people lost respect for you. Prison. Federal law. For the crimes that you committed. You're going to prison. Yes, you is. Collective, where we at? We in 30 minutes. I'm not gonna stay on here an hour. I wanted to find out who was doing sex magic on me, and I got my answer. The upstairs neighbor, a karmic couple, an old school friend, next door neighbor, could be past or present, who knows? But the upstairs neighbor is the main culprit this morning. And they gave themselves away. As soon as I left my room to use the bathroom, he followed me into the fucking bathroom. Organization connected to your community is involved. And karmic readers came out. They've been checkmate, man. The one trick pony ran out of tricks and now they sick. So that's what I wanted to find out. Who was doing sex magic on me? And it's the upstairs neighbors. My upstairs neighbors was doing sex magic and they got exposed. And whoever else was doing sex magic as well, they aging rapidly because they were trying to unalive me in my sleep. So look at that. Sex magic trying to unalive me in my sleep. God is about to have no mercy on this person. Or they were doing magic. Whatever they were doing, they were trying to unalive me. But I damn sure felt somebody sending me sexual energy. And it was a failed mission. This is somebody that married for money. Solar shock. Look at that. Look, I said it. Womb magic, solar chakra attacks. It's been made a public display. They wake up and they go to sleep doing spell work, sexual abuse. What I just said. They sacrifice people and animals for money. And they do hydromancy. That's my upstairs neighbor. Flip mode squad. They unable to flip the switch. They were out here beating their chest like King Kong and I'm a whole Caesar. They all fall down. Fights is happening. Because they thought they were too legit to quit. And now they're about to be shunned, casted out by a society, group, organization, a coven, or a family. Because they were spiritually organ harvesting from me. Is what I don't see. Faith was tested. Their faith was tested and they failed. This is currently happening now. Confirmation currently happening now. This sabotage. That they were trying to sabotage me. Now they alone? Are they feeling alone? They're going to need medical assistance. They're corny. They were out here trying to make bargains and deals. They was told to walk away and leave it alone, but they don't. Now they trapped like a labyrinth with no way out. They trapped in the maze going round and round. This business offer is off the table. They're not getting no money. They losing their sight and they're getting evicted because shit is spiraling out of control because they attacked a spiritual OG. Now they're getting blindsided by their own cruel intentions. And the cat got somebody by the tongue and the balls. The judicial system, they're having an undesired outcome. Somebody that's a chain smoker, their bank accounts are in the reverse. Upstairs neighbors, I got proof. Hydromancy, water magic. And I definitely got receipts. And I definitely got proof. Wild witch. A bunch of heathens. Karmics is trapped because they were jealous and envious of me. Everybody loves a comeback. I'm getting a comeback. This is my comeback story. They having health issues. This weirdo that was trying to torment and torture me. A karmic man that needs to grow up. They're about to reap what they sow. They were trying to make me look bad in public. And they have just cursed their contract. January, that money that they thought they were getting, they're not getting a dime. Somebody was supposed to get some money in January next month. They're not getting nothing. The informant, trapped like labyrinth with no way out. The upstairs neighbor is the informant. Again, business offer off the table. Undesired outcome. Blindsided. I just saw fumble the bag. They fumbled the bag for being manipulative. They shout Paris. Yeah, for being materialistic. For doing something over and over again. Repeated offense. And they just have been checkmate. Yeah, they was doing death magic on me. They thought they had the master key to break in. Abusive relationship for some type of money in an heirloom, and they no longer serve a purpose. I'm done plucking. Yeah, trying to disrupt my energy failed. Because I'm a triple threat. We got uh-oh. Uh-oh for these non-believers. Rumors is going around. They in a black cloud because they was in childhood energy. Collective, they were acting like children. Now they're about to be reprimanded like them. They're about to get a ass whipping from the divine. Somebody's trying to do something to my hands because now my hands are feeling itchy and numb. So somebody's trying to do something to my hands. But it doesn't matter. We're 39 minutes in the video. You already exposed. So what you doing something to my hands? Hacking. Divination in the reverse. You feeling depleted, anorexic, and malnourished because you're an abuser. And you're being recorded. Pay for play. You being recorded while you pay for play. You in survival mode, doing witchcraft. You were paid to cause harm. Now you on borrowed time. You out here doing graveyard magic on me. Sex magic on me. You could be being deported. And you've been backed into a corner with no way out. So one of these neighbors are not an American citizen. They don't have their papers, and they being deported. Because that keeps coming out. Somebody's being deported because they're not illegal. They're not a legal United States citizen. I'm done, collective. Thank you for listening to me as I expose these people. Every time they do some dumb shit, and if I fucking feel it, I'm going to get on this camera and I'm going to expose you. So, I don't know what to tell you, collective. These people are stupid. The upstairs neighbor, witchcraft, sexual abuse. Look at that. As I'm putting the cards together, look at the cards that come together. They wake up and go to sleep doing spell work. Upstairs neighbors, witchcraft, sexual abuse. It's been made a public display. They're trying to attack my solar chakra. Womb magic. A bunch of abusers that pay for play. They were doing this for money. That money that they thought they're getting, they're not getting because they trapped like labyrinths with no way out and they cursed their contracts. They're about to reap what they sow for trying to make me look bad in public. They need to grow up. This karmic man that was trying to torment and torture me. He's a fucking weirdo with health issues. A wild witch that does hydromancy. And they sacrifice people and animals for money. Because they jealous and envious. And now they trapped these heathens. Because I'm having a comeback. Siphoning energy. But they were not paying attention to the sign given by the divine. The wild card, the unknown. They don't know what's happened. You know what's happening? They all fall down. Because they out here pocket watching me. Gang stalking. And they broke all types of laws to do this. They feeling like sour apples. The watchtower, the people that are watching me. They unprotected. They riding from the inside out. They up the creek or river without a paddle and they being humiliated. They put some type of policy insurance in my name. So they was doing a policy insurance trying to unalive me so they collect. You're stupid? You think you're God? I have protection, archangel protection. Spirit guide protection. Yeah, you overstepped your boundaries on a light worker. That's me. Now you losing your sight for your cruel intentions. Because you're a fraud that's getting casted out. You're lonely because everything's being returned back to the fucking sender. Your indecent proposal is being returned back to sender. Now you out here trying to play victim. You a shallow hound that got no more pals, no more company. You manipulated others to do this. And now you all learning karmic lessons for social status. You all about to meet the coroner. Something about September in the shadows. Try to close and block my gates, my path, my roads. You're ignorant. You did some type of tax fraud. Now you feeling naked and afraid because you're being exposed. Yeah, you out here trying to make negotiations. to try to set me up for money fraud, for opportunities. Your prayers are falling on deaf ears because you're karmic. You're disloyal and you owe me money. Disloyal and you owe me restitution. Dumb and Dumber. Everybody knows the truth and secrets are revealed, that they're wicked. And now they're in the panic room. Spirit guides. In the shadow panic room. Spirit guides in the shadow panic room. They being haunted. Spirit guide in the shadow panic room. They being haunted by spirit. An ex-friend is getting raided. They being humbled. Scammers. Fake death. Somebody who faked their death because of fear of a risk. They were trying to search for information in my dream. An ex-friend faked their death. What ex-friend faked their death? Now I'm curious. Collective, they in borrowed time right now. They tangled up in a situation and they all about to meet the coroner. That people gonna pass away. I'm gonna keep saying that. You fuck with me and my energy, you are definitely gonna pass away. So, I don't know. That's what you want? Hey, that's what you're gonna get. Collective, I'm done. Ooh, a bunch of cards was about to fall. A bunch of cards was about to fall, and look what it shows. It says they were using people in your community or workplace to stalk, harass you, monitoring energy. Wow, look. Those who perform astral rape, sex magic will contract a very painful genital disease. Gangrene, blisters, sores, bumps. So confirmation. They tried to bind my blessing, forgetting who anointed me in the first place. Again, anyone performing sex magic on me will fall gravely ill and sick, and get lesions and on their genital parts. They thought if they made this hate group bigger, that the lies will stick. But there was a hiccup in their plans. They wanted me to fold, but I flipped the script instead. The ground beneath them is cracking as I continue to stand my ground. $43.34, something. Oh, that's what I thought I saw. Having temper tantrums, stomping, jumping, acting a damn fool, losing their cool. In the background, someone is snitching all the details of the setup plan. Somebody's snitching on them. And right here, look, on top of here it says, someone is on your side. Today's going to be a good day. Spreading rumors to undermine my credibility, defamation of character. So they were spreading rumors to defame my character, but somebody in the background is snitching on them. Because they thought they were going to be the bulldozer, but I came in like the wrecking ball. And this is a sad, sadistic, karmic energy, a masculine or a feminine energy that's deranged or mental. Collective, I'm done. Yeah, they took things too far. They involved the law and they lied to the law. They made false statements to the law. Well, that's why you're going to go to jail or you're going to hell. Collective, that's it. Thank you for listening as I expose these people. These people are not my friends. No, they're not. They are definitely enemies. And they're definitely going to go down for what they are doing. You will not be taking my energy, siphoning my energy, attacking me. You cannot do shit, bitch. I rebuke. I rebuke. And I rebuke. Return to motherfucking sender, bitch. Eat that shit that you sending this way. I hope you eat. I hope you enjoy it. Sorry. I'm sending this back. I'm sending whatever you're sending back because it don't taste good. It's not what I ordered, so I'm sending it back. You sent the wrong order to my home. That's your order. I'm going to send your order right back to you. I know your address too. We're going to send it right back. Spirit knows your address. They're going to send your order right back. Because it ain't mine. Collective, peace out. I'll see you a little bit later.